可以 dry 咗嘅 area organic farming 都係 possible 㗎，OK？
Okay, I just want to tell her, she just said about the altitude, 600 meters altitude. So what happens at altitude? As you go 100 meters higher up, the temperature goes down by 0.6 degrees Celsius. So, as you go, so at 600 meters up, it gets cooler. But at the altitude, you get more intensity of sunlight. So this is where you get all your ripening, you get all your sugar production. But then if you have that hot or intensity of sunlight, all you get is sugar production. And then as the sugar increases, the acidity drops. And acidity drops, that's not a good news for the wine. So, so what happens in the evening, when it's daytime, when there's no sunlight, so it becomes cooler. So it gets significantly quite cooler. So, we get the day and nighttime temperature, what you call diurnal range. This is where your acidity is retained, and this is when flavors when the flavors are developing. Okay, it's giving the chance for the vine to rest. Okay, having said that, let's go and try the first wine. All right, so in wine tasting, there are 3 steps. The first step is to look at the wine. Okay, and we are very lucky to have such wonderful places here, so we can actually do proper tasting, And then the second one's to nose it, and then third is the palate. So let's start with the first step. Okay, so the first step is to look at the wine. So what you do is you tilt the wine. Okay, you tilt it this way, and we've got a white background, so it's perfect. So always tilt it against a white background, and you can look down, you can look through down, and you can see the colors. Usually when a wine is, usually it's red, okay, so you can call it, this probably might be fruity, but it's not going to be sweet, all right, so you're still going to be under the dry category. Then on the sides of your tongue is acidity. So usually red wine will also have a good balance of acidity and tannin. So tannins will be that kind of feeling when your mouth is very dry, okay? And the reason why it's very dry is because the tannins in the wine bonds with the protein in your saliva. Okay, so if you want to avoid that, get some meat in your mouth, and then that tannin will bond with the meat, the protein of the meat, and your mouth won't be as dry, right? So, but at the meantime, you'll have to let the tannins bond with the protein in your saliva. Okay, so let's do that first of all. So it's dry, yes? Okay, this is dry. But it's quite fruity, so you don't mix it with, oh, this is sweet. It's not sweet, it's dry, but it's very fruity. So we're talking about fruit sweetness. There's a good acidity, and there's also a good texture in it. It's got good tannins, it's got good feel, it's got a good mouth feel, so it's a very good wine.
飲落去試落去嘅時候，當然啦，呢一支酒係 dry 嘅 wine 嚟嘅，冇糖嘅。你會見到個脷尖嗰度，你唔覺得話有糖喺度。咁當然啦，你會覺得有啲果甜嘅味道，你全部喺脷嘅中間向後嗰度拎到嘅個果味嚟講。咁當然啦，呢支係一支幾 fruity 嘅酒，但係 dry 嘅一款酒嚟㗎。飲落去嘅時候，紅果啊、黑果嘅味道係幾豐富嘅。你個 back end 度好多 peppery 啊，係咪啊？好多胡椒啊呢啲味道，同埋有啲花啊呢啲咁嘅感覺。好多黑胡椒嘅感覺，咁你會見到都係一支 easy drinking 好 open up 好容易飲嘅一款酒嚟㗎。
Okay, I don't know if you know the trick of wine tasters. You know how wine tasters identify aromas? They slurp. You know how to do that? So why you do that is because when you push the aromas at the back of your nose, which you call the olfactory bulb, and this gives you the aromas that you're sensing from the nose, and the nose we got those black fruits, those red fruits, those violets, those spice, so we don't get it in our tongue, we get it through that slurping. So do you want to try that? And Corinne's already said what we got it, but let's try it and see if you get it. Did you get it? Is it stronger now? Okay, so you'll be doing this for the rest of the wines, okay? I won't tell you what to do, but you can do it on your own. And then you also get the finish. It's a very good fruity finish. It's all these black fruits and spice. I think it's a very good wine. So this is a winery that's traditional, but adopting or embracing modern technology. Therefore, you're giving such a easy to drink, approachable, refreshing wine, refreshing red wine.
同埋我想你哋留意下呢款酒，因為佢 organic farming 嘅時候，所以你會見到好獨特嘅 fruit purity，你會見到個 fruitiness 個 concentration 係幾靚嘅，咁所以你會見到如果係有機種植嘅時候，你會見到個果味，你會 concentrate 好多，咁你會見到係一個好靚好表現到自己嘅風土啊呢個咁嘅表現㗎啦。OK， 咁我哋 move on 去第二支酒好嘛？
Okay, let's go on to the second wine.